It's time for Lefties Losing It. Let's start in Hollywood with hippy-dippy actor Woody Harrelson, who seems so likeable and chill, well, until you hear him say something this stupid and you realise he's just another hard-left, TDS-suffering vegan lefty losing it.
I wish there were a way to get rid of that son of a and get in a great president, you know, but doesn't seem like that's going to happen, and I don't know how much he's going to continue to foment hatred. We have a guy running this country who has unearthed a lot of bigotry and a lot of racism, and it seems to be more virulent than ever. So, yeah, it's strange how it seems like we're going backward.
Now, remember for about 5 minutes, Woody Harrelson was railing against the left censorship. He was railing against Big Pharma and mandatory COVID vaccines. Well, it looks like he's back to drinking the Kool-Aid. Now, this next clip is delicious. Watch here as the co-founder of Wikipedia, Jimmy Wales, loses his mind when an interviewer seeks to correct his claim that he's the sole founder of Wikipedia. There's a tantrum incoming.
I'm Jimmy Wales, founder of Wikipedia.
You're the founder or co-founder? Because
I don't care. That's the dumbest question in the world.
Really?
Absolutely.
There seems to be a dispute.
There's no dispute. I don't care. So, yeah. Say what you like. It doesn't matter.
Well, isn't that like when it comes to Wikipedia a problem? You know, what are the facts?
Yeah. Well, it's not a fact, it's an opinion. So you can have whatever opinion you like. It doesn't matter.
But for you, you're the founder.
Can I just say again, it doesn't matter? I've answered your question 4 times. You know what? I'm done. Thank you. Thanks.
What's going on?
It's stupid. Don't ask me stupid questions.
How is that stupid?
It's a stupid question.
It was the first question.
That's so wacky that I want to believe it's satire, but who can tell these days what's satire, what's real? Now to something that sounds like it belongs in a sketch comedy show. Here is the president of Venezuela, Nicolas Maduro, breaking into song, singing John Lennon's Imagine as he talks about rising US tensions. Oh, he's scared all right.
Imagine us people. Mira, son jodedores, vale. Qué canción tan bella. La letra, para las más jóvenes, busquen la letra.
What a beautiful song, he says. He tells the young ones to look up the lyrics. I mean, this is rich work from a brutal wannabe dictator. I'm no warmonger, but watching that, it gets me a hankering for some stealth bombers over Caracas. But for the record, the lyrics of Imagine are not inspirational. They're stupid. They're inane. They're a teenage girl's idea of profound. I did look up the lyrics just for Nicholas. Here's some. Imagine there's no countries. It isn't hard to do. No, thank you. I don't want to imagine that. Imagine no possessions. I wonder if you can. No need for greed or hunger. I mean, nice, except John Lennon was worth around $200 million when he was tragically murdered in 1980. 1980, that'd be like $1 billion these days. Now to the ongoing meltdown over Sydney Sweeney for refusing to apologise for appearing in a wildly popular jeans commercial for American Eagle.
It would have been so easy for her just to say, wow, that really spun out of control. I didn't think about it. That obviously wasn't my intention. Also, American Eagle needs to be accountable to
Yeah,
this.
that's the other thing. It's the company. The real courage, the real confidence is apologizing, is saying that I did something wrong. That takes a lot.
Now, let's try to get to the bottom of Barrongate. People are obsessed with Barron Trump, and that obsession saw all sorts of excitement when they thought he had given Biden a mouthful on Inauguration Day. Here is one of the more popular theories of what he said.
When he leans into Biden here, he says, it's on. Okay? And then when he goes up to Melania, she says, try to be nice. See? And he says, okay. But she doesn't really know what he had said to him. And then he turns back and looks back at Biden.
Well, a lot of people love that theory because, after all, Joe Biden's DOJ FBI had tried to put Barron's father in jail, tried to put his brothers in jail, tried to bankrupt the family, raided his mother's underwear drawer. But now we have some clarity on what was really said, and sadly for some, it's a lot more mundane, a lot more polite than that narrative. Here is Barron's big brother, Eric, setting the record straight.
They had all these like lip reading experts, and they just, and they're like, Barron just told Biden to go F himself. I'm like, so one night, I'm very close to Barron. I love Barron to death, right? One night I call Barron, I go, buddy, look, what did you actually say? And he goes, it was something so polite, I almost wouldn't even get it right, but like, congratulations and, best of luck to you, or something like that, something very respectful.
Let's bring in Sky News contributor Kosha Gator. Kosha, we've got some heavy topics to cover, including startling revelations about Thomas Crooks, the young man who tried to assassinate Donald Trump. I say man, but apparently he identified as they. We'll get to that. But let's start with something a little bit more frivolous, and we finally have an answer on Barrongate.
We do. That was funny. And just the day and age we live in the internet, people can do those things. He is fascinating to a lot of people, and some people are just desperate to get more from him. But, he's playing it cool, kind of like his mother. Doesn't give too much.
That's it. And I think that's part of the mystique with Barron. There's not a great deal of him. So people just know he's obviously very tall, freakishly tall, and apparently super smart, not just academically, but also political nous. He was behind a lot of his dad's strategy, podcast strategy. And a poll carried out earlier this year found that a whopping 40% of Republicans would consider amending the US Constitution to lower the presidential age requirement so Barron could run for president sooner. I didn't even realise there is a 35-year-old age limit. That's how popular he is.
Yes, and AOC, just as a side note, has surpassed that 35 age limit.
God.
A lot of people are talking about that she might be in contention. He is very popular, but, as we said, he's got different parents, very complementary, but very different parents. So he's got great genes from what we can see, obviously, but he could go the way of his mother and maintain that mystique and enigma for a long time. And when he decides to open his mouth publicly, it'll carry a lot of weight. Or he could go the way of his father and put everything out there and make a run for it. He's very young, so...
I wish I had the clip to play right now, but I've seen a little clip of him talking where he's being introduced to people, and he's very much in his father's style in how he communicates with people, which was fascinating to observe.